In this video, I'm going to go through this 1997 Casio ALT 6200. Quite a rare watch. I'm going to go through all these little features, including this little graph that it shows you here, even its little light, its 5 alarms, including signal, and of course, no Casio will be complete without the stopwatch. Before we begin, if you've got one of these F91s that are just a cheap Casio watch, but very, very well made, very well, just lasts for many, many years, and you want something just a little bit better, have a think about this one. This is the Casio 741, W741 should I say, and it's a little bit more sturdier and stronger than this watch, but it's even thicker as well. This one is more wider than this watch. It doesn't look much here, but when you got it on your wrist compared to this one, it is a lot bigger. It's also got a proper glass as well, and it's 100-meter resistance. It's also got a better light, look, as opposed to this little light. I mean, they are both great watches. This one is 1993, I think, or 1992. They're both great watches. It's just if you want something a little bit more beefier, more stronger, go for this one. And you got 100 meters. I don't know what this is. This is just splash proof. Let's have a little look. Doesn't say. But yeah, it's all got the same features as well. So you got an alarm. Let's try this alarm quickly. If I can find it. Oh my god, we've gone past it. This one. It's a lot louder, isn't it? And this one again. Also got a stopwatch. I mean, who uses stopwatches now? Not many people. Oh, I don't think this one has, one second, stopwatch. Yeah, it's got exactly the same features as that one. Date is on the corner as well. Yeah, on my website, by the way, www.casiold.com. Right, let's get back into it. So this is the chosen watch today, ALT 6200. Now this came out in 1996, 1997. Before we go through its features, I'm going to show you how to change the battery, because I get so many messages. How to change the battery? Which battery does it take? Now the problem is I don't know which battery it takes because I would have already changed it. So let's get into it. Let's put my little light on as well. This is such a brilliant screwdriver. One, two, three, four. This is a simple process to change this battery. So we just flip that over. The gasket is still on the silver part. Now, before we take the battery out, we've got to take this little plastic thing off here. We just flip it over, and all we got to do is undo this little screwdriver, little screw here, and this bar will lift up. There's a little tip for you. Once you undo this screw, don't release your hand here from this spring, because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to release it slowly. Boing. Now, if you just let go of it, this spring will push this, it's not a spring, it's a bar, will push this spring and screw and just fly it out. Sometimes they've got a little thing on the bottom which stops them going past a certain point, but it's just something to be wary of. Let me just see if I can take this screw out. You can. Right, once that's done, you just lift the battery out. Push it forward. And now this is a very common 2025. And just like that, we have a new box 2025. Right, all you got to do is slide that in there. Slide, push it in, and get your big long screw. Stick it in the hole. Here's another thing I get lots of questions about. What is an AC reset? Most Casios, and I say most because not all of them do have it. You see where it says on the sewer part here, it says AC. Next to it will be the closest gold part, which is inside a hole here. You got put your pliers or whatever they're called here. Head on here and count to 1, 2, 3. Hopefully it just comes on. Now we've got to reverse it. We've got to put this back, however this went in. Is it here? Is it there? We do not know. Oh, this will be. So here's a little tip. See this little cut out here? Well, most Casios will have the little spring part here lifted up, which is here. And that is where that goes. Just like that. The seal is in its correct place, so all we got to do is put that back on here. Give it a little wiggle and you can feel it sort of connect together. And then you just put your screws back in here. Always keep one finger down on the face plate and then nothing will spring up. Let me get my screwdriver. Dun, 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 dun. And that is how you change the battery. Here's a little tip. And I'm giving you this tip because when I buy second-hand watches, it's always the same story. Do not over tighten these screws. It doesn't need it. You have a rubber seal underneath this plate and all it needs is just a little nip, little nip, just so the screw doesn't screw any more than that. Oh my God, is that a bloody spring? Oh, take it off again. The bloody springs come out and I didn't even notice. Oh my God. Another tip, make sure all your springs are intact. Oh, I didn't even notice it come out. Most springs would be here inside a collar, but on this particular watch it will be on the sensor, so one's fell out, so let's put that back like that, and now we can put this back. Voila, it's all done. Right, now we've got a blank canvas. I can show you how to set the time. So this is, have we got enough light here? I think that's better. Let's start from here. So we got this pressure sensor here, which is on the side. We got one button here, one button here, one here, and one here. And this sort of blank thing here. I hate when they got blank things. It feels like you've got a cheap watch, but it ain't. Now this got two sensors. One is for your atmospheric temperature, and the other one is for your altitude. To set the time on this particular watch, let's do it very quickly. So you hold this button in here, and then you cursor with this button over here. So you keep moving it. Let's set the time. The time now is 18:45. So we're going to hold it in. We are still in AM. 6. Oh my God, I've gone bloody past it. By the way, if you do the opposite way, that's forward, that's reverse. Oh no, it's not 6:45, it's 4:45. I thought it was a bit late. 4:45. Now, if you press the button again on this side, here's the date. Now, this starts off 1990, and we set it to 2025, which is there, and then we're in February, and we're in, what's the date today? 23rd of February. Can you Adam and Eve it? That's done. Now, if you hit this button again, we are done. And that is the time. Now, if you look here, you've got two screens. One's orange and one's the normal. The normal one on the bottom is just your time and your seconds and the PM. The one above is where all the action happens. Now here you've got the year, the date and the month, and in big letters here, can you see that okay? What's this crap lighting? In these big letters here, you have the day of the week. So today is obviously Sunday. Now, if you click on this button, actually, if you press this button here, it will show you a graph. And this is, so this is the temperature here. Let me just get my pen. Here is your temperature, 23.9. And here, which you can set, by the way, is your atmospheric temperature. Now here is, you see when it's got here, INHG, well that stands for inches of mercury. You can actually change all that, but if you hold this button in here, I think it's this way. You see that there? So the temperature is flashing, and now you can put on there centigrade or Fahrenheit, and I think it's here, and that's off. You can turn it off, by the way, if you wanted to. Or here it's off, or is it here? Or is it here? You can calibrate them, by the way, and you can also calibrate, I think, your Celsius. Is it this one here? And also, if you press here, look, let me show you. You can save all your temperatures, by the way. So you've got your altitude, where the height above sea level. And also you've got your barometer, which is, that's what the sensors are for here. Got two sensors in here. And that's the barometer, does the forecast of weather. So if you click here, so that's what you're above sea level at the moment. If you click here, oh, we changed it. And here, see with the graph, what it would do. See the little cursor bits here? That is your seconds. And what else we got? We also have, it's your signal. You've got 5 alarms on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's your signal. Do you want to hear the alarm? So you got to hold this in. That's it. And we also got stopwatch. And let's put the light on. So let's turn this one on here off. And let's have a look how powerful this light is. Don't get your hopes up though. It's pretty cool, I think. What more do you want? What more could you possibly want? Do you know what? I actually think we can see more like this. And then having all these lights on. So we put this light on. I don't know. Yeah, what else? Also, if you hold it on this button here, so this is the next screen, this will have a little, let me just put it on there. So you see the little arrow is pointing here. Well, that's your altitude. And here will show you now a graph. It was do it every 3 or 4 seconds. The graph will just get bigger and bigger. And that's your attitude on how it does, you know, what do you call it? If you're into your mountain climbing and, you know, hiking stuff, that sort of thing, You would know 100 times more than I would. I'm not into all that, so I'm only just looking at the screen and doing it. Above here, it's got some lettering, anti-thermo, and down here is twin sensors. Got 4 screws that holds on this plastic plate here. It's quite well made. It's very solid. The straps are pretty cool as well. They're not your cheap flimsy. So if we look at the F91 here compared to this one, this is a lot more sturdier. And they made it. They put a bit of graphics on there, and also this strengthening like rigid part here. You see it there? Just to add a bit more strength to it. It's quite a long. Let's compare it to the F91 as it's here. So you see the difference in the length. Let me put it on my wrist as well, and I should show you. Let me put it on. I'm going to just take it outside and show you. So on the wrist, it's quite a nice chunky watch. You've got a sensor there on the side, and it's pretty cool. It's not overly big either. It's quite, I wouldn't say as big as a G-Shock, not at all. I'm back in the room. Yeah, pretty nice. I've got another one here. Beauties. If you want one, it's on my website. If you need me, just message me, but casiold.com. I keep having a look at this watch all the time. This is in front of me. I really like this watch. I had a comment the other day, someone saying, what an ugly watch. I don't think this is ugly at all. I think it's bloody beautiful. God, what is something with the light in his bloody room? It's terrible. And look at this. Look. Got this light here. Oh no, it's not even on. That's bloody why. Oh, give up with myself sometimes. I like this watch. A lot of people say it's ugly. Well, not a lot of people, it's rubbish. Probably one guy. I love that red. When it's got stuff like that, the red button on the side, I am an absolute sucker for it. A beauty. Anyway, that then. You've had your lot from me. Right, you take care.